So I'm sitting in my car, just left the town hall meeting, three prospective sheriffs at Harley-Davidson here in town. They let people ask questions, but they wrote the questions down, and then a moderator asked them. So when I handed them my question, I told them, I said, I'd like to speak. I mean, I have something to say. And that goes along with my question. Well, I sat there when it started, waiting and waiting. And he said, if we have time, we'll open the floor for people to speak. Okay. Well, this was supposed to be from 1 until 3. I listened while all the questions, some from my fellow animal lovers, were asked. Very few of them. And I waited to speak. They were down to them last questions. 2:19. They said, thank you for coming. Have a great day. I didn't get to speak. I didn't get to say my piece. They never read my question. So now, I'm sitting in my car down the road, and I'm going to tell you what I had to say. Because these 3 Macon County sheriffs were there to listen to the people, but I didn't get to speak. I felt like the dogs and cats that I am trying to save. I had no voice today. Nothing. Here's where we're going to go with this. Here's what I was going to say. There's 6 million animals abused in the United States every year. Of those 6 million, only 1/3 of those are ever reported. Very few of those reported are prosecuted. A few weeks ago, I got a message from a gentleman, 10 o'clock at night, who said there were 2 dogs chained outside. They had a turned over garbage can as shelter. It was 17 below zero wind chill that night. He did not want to call animal control because he was afraid these people would retaliate against him. I told him I would call. The after-hours number for animal control is the sheriff's department. I called the number and I spoke with a woman who acted like she was annoyed that I called about a dog. I had to plead my case to get her to take me seriously. She finally took my name and the address of the house and said she would send someone out. I kept in contact with the gentleman who messaged me. I waited to hear that he saw an officer at the house. At midnight, I sent someone else out to check. I could not go myself or I would have been there. At 6 a.m., the gentleman told me no one showed up. No one showed up except a van. That van was the friend of mine that went out to check on them. If that was a child or a human that was thrown outside in that weather, there would have been 10 officers in the media at that house. I know we don't put humans and animals in the same category. Animals are considered property, not living, breathing beings. There's a direct connection to this story. Did you know that 71% of all abused women and children say their abuser abused the family pet? 71%. What if the abuser was arrested and prosecuted for abusing the family pet? Would the numbers of women and children being abused decreased? Just think about that. A few years ago, I was tagged in a video on Facebook. It was a couple of girls who took a video of one of them kicking a tiny kitten like she was on the 50-yard line at the Super Bowl with 30 seconds left on the clock. It was posted to social media. It was brutal. I didn't even want to watch, but I had to, several times to make sure it wasn't a joke. It was no joke. It was a cute little black and white kitten. It couldn't yell, "Someone help me, they're trying to kill me." Its only voice was a sweet little meow. I was furious. I spent the next several hours chasing down leads to see if these people were going to get arrested. 7 hours later, I found out the 2 young women had been arrested. I started doing research on animal cruelty, laws, other stories, anything I could find. I found out that most animal abusers have a parent who also abused animals. The father of one of those girls had been arrested for animal cruelty. We all know how this turned out. A few weeks ago, there was another video posted to social media of a frozen dog. Once again, I had to watch the video. Once again, I was angry. Now, this goes out to you, sheriffs, since I didn't get my chance to stand up and talk to you. When you decided to run for sheriff, what if everyone kept telling you, you can't do that. You can't do anything. You don't have enough support. You will never change anything in this county. What would that stop you? I hear that every day. You can't change this county. You can't get Macon County to take animal cruelty seriously. You don't have enough support. You will never change anything. I have to tell people every day who call me about an animal that I can't do anything. I don't have the support of the Macon County Animal Control or the Sheriff's Office. I can give you 100 stories that show that I don't have that support. It takes our community to step up and do what should have been done on a higher level. We take risks to save the animals. We will change the laws in Illinois, but if we don't have the support of our own county, then we're doing it for nothing. I want Macon County to be the one that sets the example for the whole state. I want to show everyone we take animal cruelty seriously. We save animals here. We prosecute abuse and neglect to the full extent of the law. Every time I would see an abused, neglected, dead animal, I would pray, God, why don't you do something? He said he did. I created you. That's why I fight. That's why I do what I do. So I ask you this, sheriffs, since I have to have you now on a video to ask my question. What are you going to do to support us, to help us? And I know there were several questions asked there that I didn't agree with the answers. Prosecute it. Do something. Step up in this county, because it's only going to get worse. And if you think it starts at animal abuse, it's going to end with a lot worse. Most people that abuse animals go on to do worse crimes. Stop it in the beginning. Do something. I know I'm kind of going off, but I'm sorry. This is my passion. And I didn't get to speak my piece today. I didn't get to speak and tell that crowd there or these 3 prospective sheriffs, this needs to be said. They didn't let me. They shut me down. I had no voice. Just like them animals that are out there dying every day. I had no voice. Tag them. Let them know how I feel. Anybody that was there today, tag them. Because I should have been able to speak. Thank you.